Hi, welcome to another video. My name is Camila and I'm a TEFL student. Today I'm going to be explaining the individual differences of second language learners. All the data used in this video is from the book How Languages Are Learned. I hope you like the video and keep watching. There are certain characteristics about learners that influence second language learning. Some of them are intelligence, aptitude, learning styles, personality, motivation and attitudes, beliefs, identity and ethnic group affiliation, and age of acquisition. Let's start with intelligence. According to experts, IQ may be more strongly related to metalinguistic knowledge than to communicative ability, since the kind of ability measured by traditional IQ tests may be a strong predictor when it comes to learning that involves language analysis and rule learning. Therefore, this kind of intelligence may play a less important role in classrooms where the instruction focuses more on communication and interaction. The following characteristic is language learning aptitude. John Carroll has characterized aptitude in terms of the ability to learn quickly. The most widely used aptitude tests are MLI and PLAB. All the tests are based on the view that aptitude has several components, and all these tests measure the ability to identify and memorize new sounds, understand the function of particular words in sentences, figure out grammatical rules from language samples, and remember new words. Leila Ranta found in a study that children who were good at analyzing language were the most successful learners in an English second language program, in which activities almost never involve direct attention to grammar. However, the level of each component may vary depending on the learner. Some learners may have higher analytic skills rather than memorization skills, and vice versa. For that reason, teachers have to include grammar and communicative-based activities in order to meet all students' aptitude profiles. Now, let's take a view to the next characteristic, which is learning style. The term learning style refers to the preferred way of absorbing, processing, and retaining new information and skills. There are three types of learners: visual learners, oral learners, and kinesthetic learners. Visual learners prefer to learn with videos, movies, images, and graphics. Oral learners prefer activities like lectures, dictations, or listening to songs and podcasts. And kinesthetic learners are into learning through activities like miming and role play. The challenge is to find instructional approaches that meet the needs of learners with a variety of aptitude and learning style profiles. The following characteristic that influences second language learning is personality. There are some personality characteristics that have been proposed as likely to affect second language learning. However, it is difficult for researchers to measure traits and compare them to second language learning. It has been suggested that inhibition discourages risk-taking, which is necessary for progress in language learning. This is often considered to be a particular problem for adolescents, who are more self-conscious than younger learners. Younger learners are usually willing to make mistakes on the second language. It was found in a series of studies that reducing inhibition helps in language performance, specifically pronunciation. Some study participants were asked to drink small amounts of alcohol, and they did better on pronunciation rather than the participants that didn't drink any. That's why people make jokes about drinking and speaking in another language. Now, let's see how motivation and attitudes affect second language learning. Although the available research cannot prove that positive attitudes and motivation cause success in learning, there is a lot of evidence that positive motivation is associated with a willingness to keep learning. Sultan Dornier developed a model of motivation that consists of three phases. First phase, choice motivation, which refers to getting started to learn a language and to setting goals in this language. The second phase is executive motivation, which is carrying out the necessary tasks to maintain motivation. And the third phase, motivation retrospection, which refers to students' appraisal of and reaction to their performance. Students' motivation increases in relation to pedagogical practices, such as motivating students into the lesson. It has been observed that remarks teachers make about following activities can lead to higher levels of interest from students. Also, varying the activities. Lessons that always consist of the same routines have been shown to decrease students' attention and to increase in boredom. It's important that teachers vary the activities, tasks, and materials in order to increase students' interest. And the last one is using cooperative rather than competitive goals. Cooperative learning activities are those in which students must work together in order to complete a task or solve a problem. These activities increase the students' self-confidence and motivation. The next characteristic is learner's identity and ethnic group affiliation. It was found in a study that there's a complex relationship between feelings of ethnic affiliation and second language learners' mastery of pronunciation. Researchers found that learners who had achieved a high degree of accuracy in pronouncing the second language were sometimes perceived as being less loyal to their ethnic group than those whose second language speech retained a strong foreign accent. These perceptions can affect learners' desire to master the second language. The following characteristic is learner beliefs. Research indicates that learner beliefs can be strong mediating factors in their experience in the classroom. Learners have different beliefs when it comes to language instruction, and these beliefs and preferences on instruction will influence the way students learn new material. Last but not least, age of acquisition and the critical period hypothesis. Age of acquisition is the age at which second language learning begins. The critical period hypothesis proposes that there is a time in human development when the brain is predisposed for success in language learning. Younger learners in informal language learning environments usually have more opportunities to hear and use the language where they are not pressured to speak fluently and accurately from the very beginning. Their imperfect efforts are often praised or accepted. Older learners are more likely to be in situations where complex language and complicated ideas are expected. Their lack of mastery of the language makes them feel embarrassed. These situations may affect their motivation to use the second language. However, older learners are more efficient than younger learners. By using their metalinguistic knowledge, memory strategies, and problem-solving skills, they make the most of second or foreign language instruction. In conclusion, it is important that language instructors take into account all the individual differences of their students and accommodate their lessons for meeting their students' needs and preferences in order to facilitate students' language learning. I hope you have learned one or two things about language learners. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching!